All right, so
Grand finals
time. Yeah, let's go, baby. Going into Babylon for game 1. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner. It is none other than the red Zerg player for Onside Gaming, Solar.
And his opponent in the bottom right, representing Dragon Kitesy Gaming, as I call it, in the blue. It is herO, and it's also Yeti's birthday tomorrow.
Oh man,
it is official Kirktown Day tomorrow. That means.
Wait, if it's tomorrow on the East Coast, that means it's today, right?
There, it's today. Yeti, is it today, the 24th? Happy birthday, Yeti!
Happy birthday, Yeti! Do we have any other birthdays around? Good job, guys. Congrats on making it this far.
Yeah, exactly. I just gotta say, rip my liver. I drank 2 times yesterday in celebration of. I kid you not, because my sleep is
all right,
up.
hold on real quick. Not to stop these birthday wishes, but can you explain to me what this wall is?
It's a classic herO wall, not a wall. herO, the man who does not read the Gemini guides.
I mean, listen, maybe he knows something I don't. It could be. But I am confused. This looks like too big of a space for a zealot, right? Is herO just this confident that he doesn't need to worry about like early aggression from Solar?
Yeah. And apparently we got roasted on I'm reading the Cabal. They were a little disagreement on from Scarlet, and then they're like, maybe the tournament should be played on the Korean server because it's supposed to support the Koreans, which is true. But we're leaving it up to the patrons.
You know,
wants to let them know.
That's a fair point. It's a fair point. We haven't fully figured out everything about the big tournament. We're obviously in the very early stages, just announcing that we're working on the planning. So, you know, anything's possible. It's certainly still up in the air. Getting that kind of feedback is actually really important.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that as well, but I think ultimately, if we leave that open to the community, that is probably the way we should go. Anyway, we got a game going on here.
We do indeed.
We can talk about a chat. Please give us feedback on that. Skitoo, if you're in here, I'm glad you're filling me in, but if you could let them know, it's all dependent on what the Patreons want, what the patrons want. We don't want to be misleading or anything, but it's what the community wants.
Yeah, certainly. And I think part of it too, we were planning on seeding in a lot of the players from these tournaments here, which would kind of give automatic seeds that favor the Koreans, right? So there is still that aspect of it too, but you know what? Certainly open to that feedback.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay, I like this depth pressure from herO. Almost liked it, but that was a risky psionic transfer, Chickenman.
Yeah, he's gonna lose both of these adepts. I think this one. No, they do both go down.
Solar unhinged, and yeah, again, not a big fan of the pylon wall here, but it is going to be the herO build, it would appear.
Yeah, I don't know what this. I feel like if Lings try to sneak by this, they get through.
Yeah, it's not even just getting through. Yeah, Warp Gate's not done. He only has 1 adept in defense. It's the pressure on the third. Sending the Oracle out right away was ambitious. I think he should have, when he lost the adepts, he should have just went right to triangle third and had it for defense immediately. But second Oracle is going to be able to do so.
Yeah, I mean, the Nexus does live. Just eats a little bit of damage, but stay up. But that second Oracle does need to stay home to defend it for a little bit. Third Oracle on the way for herO as well. He's not stopping that production.
All right. For sure. Absolutely. And
so I like Outso coming up now. Yeah. Oh, +1 melee here for Solar. So he's going to go heavy on the melee. I expect to see a Baneling Nest here in the next little bit, but Hero's going to put a little bit of pressure on. He's got the 2 oracles in the back of the main. He's got adepts going out at the front. And actually, they're going to catch a few lings as well, just getting some early damage and giving them a bit more of an opening. There's some queens around, but the queens also have to protect against the oracles. They're kind of on double duty right now.
Now, one thing I want to point out again, at least in my eyes, the first player I saw actually unfold the hero build when it was first coming out was Solar. I actually refer to it as the Solar defense when he caught on to the +1 ling, usually going into a Baneling nest. He's not going to go into a Baneling nest, though. He's going into a Roach Warren.
Oh.
And I think Solar's adapted. He knows the hero also knows, well, Blink Stalkers aren't the best against +1 lings. He's going to go to charge. I think Roaches is a very good call.
Yeah, I mean, if you're up against the charge lots, I definitely like that. The +1 melee is going to be a little bit, I don't know, lackluster, a little bit pointless almost for Solar if he just sticks on Roaches. So we may end up seeing like a Roachling Bane composition out of him. Hero's just going to lose an Oracle flying over a Spore Crawler. I think he's just trying to see what's going on in Solar's base, but he hasn't spotted that Roach Warren. I think he's going to get surprised if a bunch of Roaches get made when he tries to attack with charge lots.
Yeah. Yep.
But Spire coming up as well for Solar. So he's getting into Roaches. He's still got a bunch of lings out on the map. He's got +1 melee. It feels like Solar has got a lot of things cooking right now. And I'm a little worried that because it feels a little unfocused, he might take a lot of damage from this little push Hero's got going on, which also has 5 oracles with it.
Yeah. And Aspire coming down was actually another cheeky play, but yeah, this is a pretty strong push considering there's 5 oracles. That's a lot of queens. The charge lots are clumped up. The lings make their way into the shitty wall.
Yeah, I mean, with the Roaches here, the oracles aren't going to win. Well, it looks like they are going to win this fight, but only just barely. The ground army, though, gets resoundingly defeated. And in the meantime, lings sneak in. They break through the wall. They get 5 kills. They get to scout everything that's going on, keeping the rest of Hero's army back at home to defend them. Losing the queens for Solar is very painful, but he's already got more popping out and 9 mutas on the way.
Yeah, and he's going into Storm. Classic high-level Protoss players walling off with your tack, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't know about you, Chickenman, but I would have rather have seen Archons. He had the potential for Roaches pushing him right the hell then, and Zealots just aren't going to cut it.
Yeah, I think Hero is kind of banking on not being hit right away. Of course, he can always morph the emergency Archons, but I do like that he's trying to get into the Storm. It's obviously a lot stronger and could be really good here as well. He is going to morph 2 Archons, though, because, again, he needs them in an emergency. Storm finishes up, but he's got no energy for it, so just going to be the Archons trying to defend. Oracle's trying to chase. Unfortunately, they don't shoot up. And Hero's panic-making Phoenixes, but +1 and 4 more mutas on the way. Solar is going to go heavy on the mutas.
That being said, I like the Phoenix production as well. I think with Blink coming, Phoenixes, it is a double forge. Interestingly enough, Hero didn't go for a forge. We both forgot about that. He did drop a double forge, so he wasn't even able to make photon cannons. But you're right, Solar doubling down on mutas and +1 flyer attacks.
The Oracles try to go for a little counterattack, and their job really was to pull the mutas back, which they very successfully did, but going to lose one of the Oracles for it. Muta's trying to get some damage done now. Stalker's having a tough time getting up here, as are the Archons. A little bit late to the party. Only 3 probes going down, but Solar hitting on the left side as well. He wants to multi-prong Hero to death right now. Hero's army is kind of slow and clunky, and a lot of it doesn't shoot up, so he's got to split it appropriately.
Yeah, and luckily for him, too, it was +1 ground weapons that was denied when that forge fell. That's very rough, to say the least.
Yeah, it is very painful. It was very far away from finishing here, but certainly a good catch there for Solar. And he's just going to keep trying to get damage done, just avoiding the Archons more than anything else. There are a couple of Phoenixes out, but I think he's been killing them as well, so the Phoenix count hasn't ever really grown at all. And now the mutas. There are 25 mutas on the field right now, and they are just decimating these probes. Oh my god, 32 probes going down. Hero at half the workers of Solar.
Yeah, Solar's cracked today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping we get a 5-game series at least from how quick this tournament's been going on. But that being said, cool. It's cool builds from both of them, but it's definitely not looking in herO's favor to say the least. As a 5th base is going down for Solar.
Yeah, I mean the Muta count is getting so high that the Archons are getting jumped on, and the Mutas are just winning the fight over on the right-hand side. The left side seems to be going herO's favor, but he's running out of anti-air, and he's going to have to tap out. There's just too many Mutas, and that was the snowball effect of Mutas there from Solar. Sorry, we're both responding to the same messages.
Yeah, we are too. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm going on here too. I'm also putting it out there. Yeah. Exactly. So I gotta say, chat's having fun here, it looks like.
That's against the law. You guys better stop having fun.
Yeah. Are you having fun, Chickenman?
I'm having fun, but I'm allowed to. I'm not in chat.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I'm super stoked. I think today's gone really, really well. We have dope grand finals. I don't think it's going to be one-sided. I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit of a comeback here from herO.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very cool stuff.
We're going to Ancient Cistern. Nice little grainy map for us.
Yeah.
I'd like to introduce our Zergy boy.
Absolutely. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. He's red, representing Onside Gaming, the team of Gemini. Give it up for Solar.
Okay, it could be the team of like Maru.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I'd say, the team of Maru.
but
We're going to say the team of Gemini.
It's the team of Gemini, and I like that a lot. I like that a lot. His opponent in the upper right-hand corner, the team of the world champion, Dragon Kitesy Gaming. It is herO.
Now, speaking of Gemini, I was like, hey, Gemini, you should play on these. Some of us work, during the time. And I go, well, we are going to be moving it to Saturday. So we may see Gemini play in these.
Yes, excellent. I mean, nothing really brings me joy like watching Gemini get bopped out by a pro player in the first round, but it's always beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
I mean, hey, you never know how these will play out. There's good potential for upsets. I know poor Hanmano Cats and I were commenting. He's like, very unlucky start to get dark pretty early.
Yeah, that's a rough draw, but to be fair, the majority of the round of 8 is a rough draw. Like,
yeah,
or the round of 16 rather. Like, there's not a lot of players that I think Hanmano is going to be happy to face in that round of 16.
Oh yeah, I hope to see more of you guys join. Anybody?
Yeah,
Eddie, you could join. Gene Sim, we need some regular old players from all over. Yeah, there's a lot of ping, but it could be a lot of fun. Flapjack, I'd love to see you play.
There's something super fun about playing against a pro player. It's really freeing if you hit somebody who you're like, there's no chance you're ever gonna win, right? Mm-hmm. There's something really fun about that. And obviously you could hit somebody else who is not a pro player or what have you, but there is something fun about joining a tournament. It's kind of freeing. It's a very different experience than playing ladder. I always recommend it to anybody who likes to play 1v1 StarCraft. Like a tournament's so fun. It's a lot of pressure in some ways, but at the same time, like, you don't lose anything if you lose. So you also get to figure out what you're gonna do. You get to have a little fun with it.
Yeah, and with that said, I've seen some upsets. I've seen Diamond players take games off pro players of different kind. I think I've even seen Solar go down. My buddy Michi Tommy beat Rattata. Michi Tommy is a Diamond Zerg player.
Well, damn.
And I think I saw somebody bop Solar too in a game.
It does happen. It does happen. Can never underestimate your opponents in this game. Now, it looks like we have a Glaives opening here from herO. And I like this because he went for the hatch block. So Solar doesn't have that creep spread between the bases right now. And that's really important for these defending these adepts, right? You need those. That creep spread really helps the queens walk back and forth in their defense. And we'll see if herO can take advantage of the lack of mobility that Solar is going to have in this defense.
Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be that 4-gate glaive play, like you said. We'll see. It's a good build. 4-gate glaive, good build. We'll see if it's scouted, if we get a Roach Warren or Baneling Nest. So far, it's not looking like it's scouted. The Overlord is getting in position. And we do have the Stalker in the wall. That Stalker really should be up and out to deny vision on the Overlord. But what's good about this, if it's executed tight enough, it's going to push right before. But that said, Chickenman, we're not going to have that Warp Prism for a bit. I don't think this is right on the money on timing.
Yeah, it is. It does feel like that Warp Prism's coming out quite a bit after Glaives is done. And like you said, that Overlord pops in here and sees absolutely everything. And I feel like Solar's going to know exactly what he's up against now, right? Like, hey, I see 4 gateways. I see a Twilight Council and a Robo chronoing out this Warp Prism.
Well, actually, I have a point of contention. I'm wrong. We're both wrong. Bad job, Dave and Chickenman. You know something? It's double fast. If it was 4-gate glaive, he would have pulled one probe off.
You know,
side.
so he did pull off for a while to get Glaives. What this tells me is, yeah, there's going to be a follow-up. It's a tech follow-up, not an expansion. So he's going into a Robo Bay after this. So herO has a follow-up 2-base plan. He might expand, but that tech was clearly the priority because, yeah, he's on 4 gas right now. There are 8 roaches on the way. I imagine this has got to be disruptors, right? And you try to get some big hits on the pre-speed roaches, which are going to be incredibly hard to split. But in the meantime, we'll see if herO can get anything done with these adepts. He doesn't want to lose them, right? Like, he doesn't want to sacrifice them in for drones at this point. I think he wants to keep them alive for as long as possible. So he's just going to cancel the shade. Ling's on the other side getting pushed away for now. But yeah, there's that prism speed coming in with the disruptors.
Yeah, a pretty classic build that we've been seeing. Well, at least lately. I love the Ling presence from Solar. As he had all those Lings out to deny a third. But realistically, I think it did maybe by 15 seconds. But still, it's not a bad third timing considering he went into Robo Bay. It's kind of like when you're going Phoenix Colossus or something, or any Robo Bay fast play, like in another matchup like PVT.
Ooh, Ling's going to find some adepts here, but I actually think it was the adepts finding the Lings. They do have Glaives, so don't forget.
Yeah.
The Solar doesn't want to lose all these Lings. The nice thing about the Lings for Solar is they're much better at dealing with the disruptors. Disruptors generally don't get big hits on Lings, right? Like, you just get a smaller amount of them, and they get the full surround, so they don't clump up quite as much against the disruptors. So that can be really nice against the drops that are coming his way right now.
Yeah, Gravitic Drive finished, and, well, it's about how herO engages, honestly. I like that he's following up with Blink. He's getting his third base together. Obviously, no Forge from how he's playing this, but still, disruptors.
Ooh, this Prism
really
taking a scary route through some queens. Doesn't have any shields left. The Adepts are threatening to shade, but haven't really gone anywhere yet. They're still just chilling outside this base. Disruptor's finally going to land and go for the double Nova on the queens. They get one, but that is it. And this Prism is super damaged. It goes down with both disruptors in it. Oh my god. And herO suddenly in a really, really bad spot because obviously no disruptors. That's huge, but also that means no warp-ins. So we can't really reinforce this position and threaten with warp-ins in that way. Solar with an excellent victory there. And herO just not being careful enough with that Prism.
Yeah, and funnily enough, You know something, Chicken Man? If we keep pulling this off, chat, and you guys, I have a weird feeling we may get a surprise. Everybody's like, he's not going to do it without money. Artosis has been casting EPT Americas. This is a little late for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually surprised us for a visit on a weekly.
Yeah, I'd love to see Artosis in here. Obviously, if he's ever chilling, he does have a busy life. Yeah. Right now, Solar's got a busy defense, and herO's playing this really nicely in the choke point here. The Disruptor Nova is making it life so difficult for Solar. These Lings going for a big counterattack, though. That is a dead third base.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Disruptor Novas, though. Solar eating some big shots here, and herO with all the Stalkers now, the Roaches aren't nearly as good as they were before. Somehow this Super Shield Battery is saving the third base for a little bit, but the Lings are still going to sneak into the natural. herO's army on the other side of the map might just be too big, though. Solar may have kind of given this away with the Ling run by.
Yeah, Solar is so good, though, at getting those Ling run bys in usually. I'm surprised herO's doing as well on defense with just some Stalkers behind it all. But look at the Novas.
Oh, yeah, those Roaches getting stuck on the Queen, and that Nova getting a little bit more damage than maybe it should have. That second one absolutely demolishing the rest of those units. 10 drones have gone down. The Adepts did shade away to get some drone damage. The worker count is even. The Lings are all cleaned up on the other side of the map. And it looks like herO's push is pretty much done. These Disruptors are still getting some good shots, but it looks like herO's going to have to run away. Disruptors might get caught on the backside here by the speedy Roaches, but Solar is just, he's foot on the gas pedal right now. He's making nothing but units, not droning up at all. He just wants to get across the map. Killing the Disruptor is a great start here. He gets both of them. And he's killing these units that are trying to warp in at the slow warp in pylon. herO goes down to save them, but he's losing so many Stalkers. Solar might be able to do this on the counterattack.
Yeah, he's actually putting a great fight up. herO's cheeky proxy pylon play ends up biting him a little bit. He is down on the army supply. It's 24 to 43. It looks like the Cabal might take this one again.
Yeah, more and more Roaches coming out for Solar. I love that he just was like, oh, I lost a bunch of drones in a base. That's fine. I guess I'll just, you know, hit the R button a bunch. He's going for Bane's speed now, though, and he's taking that fourth base. So he is going to slow it down a little bit. I feel like we're going to need to see some drones, though, because herO is taking his own fourth base and probing up. And if Solar lets that happen, herO is going to get way too far ahead.
Oh, yeah. That being said, still no forward for herO. He's going to rely on Disruptors. I think he might be getting to a spot where he could probably consider it. We got ranged attacks coming for Solar. So he's going to probably want to consider it.
This is so good for herO, though. It's so good because he took the gamble. He said, oh, I'm going to build a bunch of probes. I'm just going to take a base. And if you don't attack me in the next 2 minutes, I'm great. And Solar immediately starts droning up. He's getting that tag. He is getting that +2 melee, so you're right. There's going to be a bit of an upgrade disparity. But I still think herO is going to be very happy with this situation because now his economy is going to get up, and Solar is seeing, oh, you have a fourth base almost done. You have probes going there. So the worker count is basically even. The base count is basically even. And herO's just going to get more Disruptors out. He's got double Disruptor production. And he's going to be on this sick army against like a Ling Roach Ravager. +2 melee's on the way, but there's like so few Lings and Banes.
Well, he does have centrifugal hooks, and honestly, funnily enough, like you said, +2 melee's on the way. Solar decided to cancel the range attacks. I almost feel like he should have just committed to it. Just because he would have had an upgrade faster. It would have helped with their Roaches and Ravagers, but like he said, I think it's just going to get to a point where there's just going to be so many gateway units, and double Disruptor production is always scary. Blink Stalker Disruptor, so good.
Yeah, it's such a good composition, and we're seeing every time these Roaches and Ravagers try to split, the Stalkers are just getting free damage off, and it's too much. herO gets that quicker income lead by rebuilding the probes faster, taking the fourth base, and uses that to immediately just build a bunch more army. He says, upgrades? I don't need upgrades. I don't need more tech. I have what I need. I just need some more of it. And in the meantime, Solar was trying to get into more upgrades. he was just later on the drone build. He was later on the taking the base, and ended up working out beautifully for herO.
Yeah. Look at Maddox helping us out still there. Where's Kano?
Maddox, honestly, OP. Maddox OP. Also, shout out to the Cranky Ducklings who have been casting every week as well.
Yeah.
I know I think this is a good time for them because they always do ESL Korea. I think time-wise, this is a nice one for them. So always happy to see them. Love me some Ducklings.
Yeah, they're bringing back their tournament series too, which is good.
Yeah.
News. They were feeling a little down. I was happy to hear that. They always want me to play in it, but I know with my job coming up, there's not a snowball's chance in hell with that time tournament. Right. For the Scrub League one. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I know I'm probably going to have to put a lot of my focus onto becoming a normal human being.
It takes a lot of focus. For you normies out there, for us degens and gamers, going from that schedule to a normie schedule, it's a hard change. Still working on it.
Yeah, I'm sure yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, that means we're all tied up. It's game 3. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the red Zerg player for Onside Gaming, Solar.
And his opponent in the bottom right, from Dragon Kitesy Gaming, the man who scuffs walls. Give it up for herO, the goat toss. Let's be real. herO really is the GOAT Protoss right now. He's the only one that's won.
Well, I mean, hold on. Max Pax is giving him a run for his money right now, though.
Oh, yeah, Max Pax is... It's funny, like, Max Pax PvP seems to be going downhill. But he's actually... Like, he just beat Maru in Pigs tournament. And like you said, he's been doing quite well against herO, too.
Yeah, I mean... Max Pax is just... He's making herO work for it. You know, for a while, herO was undoubtedly the best Protoss. But
oh, yeah.
Max Pax is out here like, are you sure? Are you sure he's the best?
Yeah, it was funny. I was reading Reddit. I saw like Zombie Grub and some other of our compadres in the personalities of StarCraft scene. And Nathanius had some thoughts like, well, you know, he doesn't play in online tournaments. It's, you know, apples and oranges. But that being said, I think Max Pax myself, I think he needs to throw everybody off with a new style of PvP yet again when everybody thinks he's so predictable.
That's such a hard thing to do, though. These days, like, making something new in StarCraft right now is as hard as it's ever been.
Oh, yeah.
Because this game has been very, very similar. There have obviously been some patches in the last few years, but the last, I would say, 3 to 4 years, this game has been so similar that mirror matchups have very, very seldomly changed, and it's really only been players like Max Pax forcing that change.
Yep. And with that said, though, what I'm getting at, though, is it seems like Showtime was mentioning not too long ago, he beat him on ladder, and he's just like, oh, there he goes, Max Pax with his 1-gate expand, and I'm just going to win because I'm going to 4-gate him. I was like, wow. But honestly, I think people are finding it, and maybe part of it's the battery overcharge nerf made the 1-gate less defendable. That
definitely hurt him. I think Protoss players for a while, especially in Europe, were being very passive in general and weren't going for big attacks. But then the Koreans were like, hey, how about this build the 3-gate Robo? And that kind of infested PvP for a while. You said you saw it earlier today, so it's still so prevalent. And I think because of that build specifically coming into play and more aggression happening in PvP, it makes the 1-gate expand a lot less viable than when it was just macro, we'll both take quick nexuses. The 1-gate expand really took advantage, I think, of that way of thinking. And a lot of times the meta is more about playing against what your opponent has been thinking a lot recently, because it's so much of this game is muscle memory that trying to stretch your mind back to a couple of years ago when the meta was different can be really difficult, and a lot of players don't do that well at that for a while. So you can really take advantage of like, oh, everybody expects to expand, so I'll just do it sooner. But then somebody realizes, oh, I could just attack you then, actually.
Well, yeah, it's funny. Things come around full circle with these patch changes. The Void Ray buff before made 3-gate Robo kind of a thing of the past for a while, so it's kind of cool to say. But speaking of the blast from a past, we've been seeing this more. We have a DT drop coming. DT Archon.
This is like an absolute classic of a build right here. herO busting out some of the OGs. I mean, this is like, yeah, this is some old school stuff, man. You could have watched Deer do this, and I don't think that man's played StarCraft in about 5 years.
Deer.
Yeah, it's been a minute, right?
Yeah.
But let's see if the DTs can get any damage done. There's no detection. Sport Crawler's just now going down. I think Solar is a little bit late to this. These DTs could absolutely get some kills. Let's see if they all stick together or if they separate, because if they stick together, we could actually see this third hatch die.
Well, I think the spores are going to finish here. The thing is...
yep. Those Lings getting right in front of the spore. Very nicely played by Solar. And
yeah.
It looks like he will be able to hold on to everything. It was a little dicey there for a second, but the DT's a little bit slower. So I guess the Archon follow-up is going to have to do some damage.
Well, Solar Scout went uncontested again. We saw that in the previous game where we had the Glaive Adepts and Disruptors, but there was no Stalker.
How is there just a Ling in herO's base?
Look what we're seeing. Chickenman, I'm loving this. We have Shadow Stride researching.
Oh, baby.
Gonna scout it. This is a banger.
This is what's up. herO, this is for the fans. Thank you, herO. Thank you for this. We talked about Archons. Archons are not happening. They're not happening.
Is DTs, baby.
Okay.
He's going to pounce on this base.
Man, this is giving me old school vibes, and I love it.
This
so
is
the
giving me
Prism goes
classic versus
into the
dark.
main. Yeah. Yeah, this is beautiful. Prism goes into the main to distract him, and then he's just going to dive in here. He's saving his blink right now. It's just finished up. He's going to try to kill the Spore. He gets it, but there is an Overseer, so he blinks out. Lings are going to try to stop him, but I think the DTs... Ooh, they're trying to sneak away. They're going to try to start this fight early. They're like, if you're going to surround me, it's going to be with not enough Lings. Oh, there's more blink, but the Overseer's too fast. All right, you know what? Well defended from Solar.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Yeah, I think, honestly, his best shot would have been try to hide him, maybe start morphing Archons and recalling immediately.
I was hoping he would warp in, like, you know, like 10 or 12 DTs and just blink on a base. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, me too. That's certainly the play, and I think the Warp Prism was just a debate. That being said, we're going to have more DTs. The DTs aren't done, Chickenman.
No, this is kind of cute. It looks like the army is here to stop it, though, so Solar will be able to hold on to his fourth. herO, of course, has the same work account back at home, so he's got to be pretty okay with this in some regards. Uh-oh. Who did we lose? KanoO. Oh, no, dude. Big Sag.
Yeah, KanoO may have to leave here.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened to the best of us.
Game
All right.
Say if you want out, should be. What do you think?
Yeah. So if it happens, yeah, Maddox nailed it. If it happens again, we'll kick it. That's usually the standard. We've all lagged in a game before. It happens. But yeah, it's usually just if it's like a continuous thing. There was no action going on at that point, so it didn't really affect too much. Nobody can control their ISP.
Big true. Oh man,
That's a lot of stalkers. There's a lot of stalkers walking across the map. Solar does have a small unit group here, but it is mostly to deal with DT, so he needs to bring the rest of his army over. I don't think he realized this attack was coming, but he is going to jump on it before this Archon's ready, before the Warpins come in. He just gets right on top of herO's army. The Nova hits a few roaches, but I still feel like Solar's just going to clean this right on up. He's got so many Lings. He's got roaches diving on top of this, and yeah, herO, I think, has got to get out of here.
Yeah, herO is in warping mode, so he's going to lose another Disruptor, loses the Immortal.
Oh my
saves
God.
one really injured one. Oof.
And the Stalkers try to blink away, but the Lings, they're too fast. Solar cleans this up. And herO is down at 26 army supplies, trying desperately to get a couple more disruptors out back at home. But now it's counterattack time. The Lings sneak into the main. The Roaches are hitting the third. This is looking bad news bears for herO.
Yeah, he's got slow zealots, which don't do well against Roaches, to say the least, at this time of the game.
Disruptor Nova's pretty good, but not that good, unfortunately. And it looks like herO's going to hold the main, but that's just the Ling counterattack, right? This is just the like little bits of damage being annoying. It's really the third where the real damage is happening as the Ling reinforcements come in. Super shield battery turns on, but it just gets targeted down. These Lings are getting on top of the Stalkers. GG gets called, and Solar goes up 2-1 in the series, deflecting the DTs, the blink DTs, and the attack with relative ease. What a game there from Solar. Really, really nicely done. herO throwing the curveball of the DT blink at him. And it just didn't land.
Yeah, exactly.
Now game number 4. Gonna be on Royal Blood. Get everybody in here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool stuff.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm stoked that Scarlet's casting tonight. That's super cool. And Cats as well. I feel like we got a whole crew going on here. Shout out to those guys for hopefully getting some good content for their channel, but also helping to support the event by just being who they are.
Yeah, and the Ducklings and Steadfast. We've heard mentioned Steadfast. He's been a trooper with
I mean, Steadfast is like
compadre.
you know, he's our constant. He's our rock.
Oh yeah.
Steadfast.
I'm hoping we can encourage all the duos to come in. Maybe we'll actually, you know, I know Bayo and Steadfast said, yeah, usually it opens, but it's not as much, but it would be good to see the Bayo Stead. Maybe we can convince them to cast with us again one day if this keeps going on.
Right?
You know? But it's good stuff. Like, this is the most in the spirit of a Chickenman and Dave event, I think, that we could possibly have had.
I'm really, really happy with how this is going. Obviously, we've got huge support from the Patreon and huge support from the community as well. Like it's really sick to see these guys here, and it was nice to get some of that feedback too about the big tournament that we're looking at. It seems like, yeah, maybe we should consider just keeping it locked to Korea. I was actually thinking that when I was first thinking of the big tournament too, and I think we just wanted to open it up because more players is generally better. But the point of our initiative here was to support the Korean scene as GSL got gutted. So I think maybe we got to rethink that.
I absolutely do. Unfortunately, it came in a bit of roasting, but you know what? We'll take it. You know, it was just, I think we're doing about as good a job as we can with keeping in touch with everybody to see what, you know, community sentiment is.
For Shizzle. Yeah, let's get into game 4. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we've got the Red Zerg for Onside Gaming. Solar. Gemini's team.
And his opponent in the bottom left. Yeti, Mr. Birthday Boy's current favorite Protoss. He's always called him, making a huge comeback, and he called it. Give it up for Dragon Kitesy Gaming's herO.
Yeah, he's got to win the 2 in a row, though. Solar on match point here. Solar looking good to take this, and you know what? I kind of love that because we didn't have Maru and Beyond, our previous 2 finalists in this week, but this was a stacked tournament, and Solar, I think, is one of those players that a lot of us tend to count out sometimes. Like, we don't always think of him as taking a tournament like this, but you know what? He's won so many ESL Open Cups against a lot of these players, and he's taken down Ragnarok, Dark, and here he is on match point against herO.
Yeah, this is pretty sick. I think this may be the series that Winner and Loco will be jumping on. I just have a hunch. Compared, you know what I mean? It's been different, a lot of clean sweep walkovers, but I just have a feeling. I think I'm going to mention it to him. Lots of cool stuff so far. I hope we get a game 5 too, Chickenman.
Oh yeah, for sure. I hope so. Game 5s are always the most hype.
Oh yeah. Regardless of the outcome, regardless of the matchup, but I'm glad to see we don't have a TVT finals. It's incredible. We had some good ZVZs too.
Yeah, I mean, again, this has been mirror matchup day, so it's kind of nice to end on not a mirror matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder if there was a little bit of I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Maru doesn't typically play in open cups and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's kind of sitting out. Maybe Beyond too, because they're trying to. Maybe they're like, well, we don't want to just bully these guys, but we've seen both of them go down. It could be for any number of reasons, but I wouldn't be surprised in the spirit of these guys all being friends. They're like, you know, let's give these guys an even better chance of getting a dub and see who ends up being the strongest non-Terran. You know? I
mean, realistically, they probably just decided to sleep in this morning.
Yeah, Solar's already complaining.
I know. Solar's like, I'm
PM.
tired. Scarlett's like, it is 2 p.m., my friend.
That was so funny.
But you know what? I understand. That's the life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oracle trying to get something done, but not really finding the damage here as we get into this game. It is a Stargate opener from herO. The good old classic.
Yeah, maybe he's just going for his tried and true. I wouldn't hate to see the double forge variety. But then again, like we were talking about before, Solar's pretty good against a lot of these builds at this point. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would love to see herO play like a more standard herO style. I feel like he can do a lot of good things with that.
And he did opt for he's going for foracles.
Foracles, you'll have to see it.
The meme continues. It is foracles.
Yeah, I think this is quite nice. A lot of potential for damage, but it also makes it maybe a little bit less impactful if you do lose one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Split them, have 2 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like we might be into the Roach Printer, but we know how much Solar loves his Lings. It is going to be the Forge Twilight this game, so it is the herO build, just with a Foracle plot twist. Oh, he's being extra greedy with these Oracles. He almost lost them, Chickenman.
Almost being the key word there, as this is neither horseshoes nor hand grenades. So he doesn't lose any of these Oracles so far. In fact, herO, he did lose 2 Adepts. I was going to be like, he didn't lose anything. Nah, he lost some stuff. But he's getting some good damage done here. The Lings do counterattack, though. Looks like they might grab a couple of Stalkers. It's kind of nice. Ooh, just one. Never mind. Just the 1 star. The other one, 8 hit points, stays alive.
No, absolutely. And it is 5icles now.
Oh my
Link
god.
is going to be the choice of this, and it's going to be Ventral Sack Overlords with pneumatized Carapace. We're going to see Queens get jettisoned over here. The Links of Far Cry away, +1's just started. This could be kind of scary.
Yeah, it absolutely could. I mean, Solar is about to go very, very committed with this push.
The German Taxi.
Yeah, this is kind of a classic. I love to see it. I haven't seen this one in a minute. And you know what? The Oracles completely whiff it. They are so far out of where this is happening, and they need to be home on the defense. They are crucial for this. That's so much investment from herO that they're just not here. And there's no shield battery for the natural either. So Solar might be able to start busting through that wall. These Stalkers coming out. Now they're going to spot this, and oh my god, herO is seeing this so late. Solar is ready to just try to kill him here. There is a lot of transfused energy, but they're not on creep. Oh, now they are. There's the transfuses. Oracle's going down. Shield battery going down. Ravagers are here. Man, I think Solar just has too much. herO was not prepared for this at all. His blink isn't done. These Stalkers are trapped down here.
Yeah. And it's I feel like the Lings are almost the most. Oh, he's desperately trying to recall.
He doesn't get any of them. And that's it. herO's going to warp in a few more units. He has a couple of shield batteries here. He's almost gotten Immortal, but he is down at less than half of the army supply. Solar hit the drone button behind this. He can go take a 4th base now. He is so chilling. He did plenty of damage. And he's just going to try to keep the pressure on and see if he can bust through here. And he is going to be able to. I mean, there's no overcharge just yet. He takes down the stasis ward even.
Yeah, and there's no cybernetics course, so no way to make reinforced stalkers.
Oh, it's all zealots. Super shield battery does turn on. But look at this creep spread now. How annoying is it going to be to clear this, even if herO is able to push this away? He can't rebuild a wall. There's creep on his wall.
Yeah, he's just now starting charge. He just has +1.
This is
he
beautiful.
Doesn't have a third base.
I mean, this is so good for Solar. He picks up the queens and just goes home. The oracles try to go across the map and get something done, but they're not really finding that much. A couple of drones, maybe a third one here, but he's got to watch out for the spore crawlers. And he's killing a few drones, but he's down 2 bases almost, as this 4th base is nearly done. He's down 20 workers, and now the oracle's on the other side of the map. That was his detection, because he doesn't have an observer out, and he's supply block. No, the chrono boost on the supply block. Oh man, that's painful. He will be able to clear this, but I mean, obviously Solar is delaying so much, and now he's gonna come right across with the Lings.
Oh man. This is going disastrously for herO. He's trying to get a third base, but there's too many Lings.
Oh, man. This is so painful for herO. I mean, the fact that he's still alive is pretty incredible, but I think that's just because Solar decided, I killed the 3rd, and he hit the drone button immediately. He killed that 3rd, and there were 5 drones on the way, and he's so far ahead economically now that even if herO gets this 3rd up and running, by the time he gets it up, Solar's going to be maxed. Hey, look at that. Lings and Banes. When you're ahead, man, you have 2 options. You can either Artosis it and get more ahead, or you can put all your money into Banelings and just blow your opponent to smithereens.
True. Both are Artosis analogies, but you know what? One thing that herO has going for him is we have Sal casting this. So what I mean by that is another possibility is Solar could absolutely throw.
He absolutely could. I mean, there's some force fields potential here. And the Banelings are getting some decent hits. Force fields going down almost as soon as they go up. But you know what? That was about as good of a fight as herO could have hoped for.
Yeah, I mean, literally, the corrosive vials didn't land immediately. It bought him a little time enough to take care of this. And Triple Hooks is going to finish somewhere in here. Will it matter? That is the question. It all comes down to this fight.
I mean, I don't think it's going to matter as these slow Banelings smash into Immortals, but there they go. They get their speed. The Stalker's trying to run away, but a bunch of Lings find them. Those are +1 melee Lings. They chew through these Stalkers. GG. And there's the GG. Solar takes the 3-1 victory over herO and secures his spot as the KSL Week 3 winner. We have a Zerg champion.